Hello from Седельниково. This is a podcast Pigeon of Peace where we do discuss awesome skills to troubleshooters. Watch, listen, and check the description below for the details. Let's talk about weather phenomena and let's start with the definition.
Our environment is full of different phenomena. It would be like snowing, raining, thunderstorm. It would be lightning. We have cyclones and something else, and we depend of it. Sometimes you will feel yourself not good because of magnetic fields on the sun, or some people even will say that, okay, I feel my joint on the legs because of my illness, and it means that pressure will go down or going up. So for different kind of patients and also for different trades, we need to make quite accurate, precise forecast in order to live in order with conditions. For example, it is not worth to go through the thunderstorm by the plane. It is not worth to go in, for example, quite heavy rain in the ocean. And it is not worth to go to climb on the mountains when you have like a, snowflakes,
Uh, snow, snow, snowstorm.
snowstorm. Yes, thank you. Snowstorm.
Or sometimes it's also could be called blizzard. And when we actually looking into different, like territories that let's say we want to, go for travel or we want to open a certain business. So how we should go into researching what kind of weather phenomena exist there, what are there like a minimum or maximum, what is the frequency or something like that, so that, whatever we plant, it won't be ruined or, derailed from just simple thing that our earth produce.
I will give you an example, and I know exactly you will smile. I have been to Bali, and there is a place which called Blue Point, and there is a hotel and a very fancy swimming pool, and it is a favorite place to make marriages. And suddenly, I was talking with one guy. I was working there for Melia Bali Hotel, and was quite hot and quite boring. And suddenly, I saw several guys. They were like aliens. They were very sunburned. They were quite an old shorts and t-shirts. They were having snow, not snow, surfing boards and notebooks and nothing but beer on the table. And word by word, we start to communicate. And I ask them, "Come on, guys, are you surfers?" And they say, "Yes, we are." And suddenly one of them saw, and okay, dude, we should to go. There is a wave. And I ask him, "Which wave?" We were sitting on the quite high cliff, and we see an ocean, and was going just usual like plane. And suddenly he told me, "You should see those white caps." I thought, what is white caps? And he said, this is small brushes on the waves. If they occur, you will have a wave to hit in some like 30 minutes. And I thought, okay, you should go. And I was working there, and I have been to the point like twice per week. And then I saw one guy of them in several days after, and I asked him, guys, what are you doing? What are you living for? What is your purpose? And he told me, okay, we are IT guys, and we sold our company back to the USA, and now we pay some money for weather forecast service, and we are going around the globe just to hit the waves. And I asked, so your purpose of living just to surf on the highest waves? And he told me, yes, we are. And then he showed me so-called this for the weather forecast site, and I was completely astonished. It was huge letters on it, just for surfers. This subscription fee was like $30 per month. It was quite high. It was like 20 or 25 months years ago. And then you will see all the globe, and you will see special currents which would be highlighted, and also the best road if you want to hit 3, 5, or 4 waves during 2, 3, or 4 weeks. And I was so astonishing. Then I have been to Hawaii, and I was diving with sea seals on the zodiacs. Do you know this? What means zodiac? Zodiac.
It's like a boat.
Yes, its name like a common name for inflatable boats. So all of them called Zodiac, but not of them all are Zodiac. But anyway, we were going to some place close to Memorial, Pearl Harbor, to dive, and suddenly they got special equipment, and on this equipment they were forecasting weather, and they were saying, okay, how we will go too deep. And you know, it was not about wind, it was about underwater currents, and I was astonished in second way. And third, I have been working for Irafushi on Maldives, and it was like, I don't know, 15 years ago, and I was there for a very long period of time, and sometimes I would even sit close to the pilot on the second seat because the plane was empty while we're going to Malé, that's the capital, or back to the hotel we work for. And then I saw also he will say me like this, okay, we could not be on the usual place of the island to land off because there would be a huge wave. And it was like a special screen, and you will see just height of the waves. And I was thinking, okay, people now counting everything. How complex is it?
And when we actually look into something that could also affect your body, because as you rightfully say, sometimes it could be like a magnetic storms that we cannot see, but definitely, let's say, like senior people or people with a certain sensitivity could actually feel. Maybe I'll also can give a certain example. When I was in Thailand, I realized that the humidity, because of the rains, actually would affect how your wounds are healed. Because when I fall from the bike, you know, like it actually took like a couple of weeks, and it was not really expected. Or vice versa, when I came to the Emirates, apparently I started feeling something in my throat. It turns out that there is like a lot of sense that I cannot see, but usually, you know, like when there is like a sandstorm or you spend certain time at a certain areas, you'll get it, even if it's like invisible thing. So how do we should consider all of the, I would say, invisible effects of the weather phenomena so that, you know, we could get things right?
I will tell you one story, and I think you shouldn't believe me. While I was learning in the Kiev Polytechnical Institute, I was living in the same room with my mate, and he was from Sri Lanka, Sivanka Di Silva. He now is a very famous person in Sri Lanka because he produced some computer games, and he also is one of the best cricket players. But it's small island, so a lot of people famous are there. But suddenly, at one day, it was like September or October, he told me I wouldn't go to the lectures. Would you give me the explanation after the lessons? And I asked him, Sivanka, why are you not going? You feel yourself good and everything is okay. Why you are not going? And he told me, I don't know how to say it in English, but it is a full moon time. So in Sri Lanka, we have a state vacation. I allowed to stay home. And I was so astonished. But after my several journeys around the globe, I found that at least four more countries, small countries, made the same because at this period of time, a lot of maniacs and people are wishing to kill someone or harm someone. They are going out of their hideouts, and it is quite dangerous. So it is not advised to go to the school to work. If you can stay home, you should stay home, or you should be very careful, put your gun with yourself and switch on alarm system and so on. When I was working, for example, on Reunion, Mavriki, or Madagascar, there will be also very important things. You know, each day when I was waked up, I was living in different hotels, but with same chain, and I was having a special piece of the paper, and it was thrown through the small hole under the door, and it would be tied times. Maybe you have used this and seen this on Bali, because on some areas you will not feel that there is a tide, but on some you wish to go, for example, to the beach, and you will go like 3 minutes, and you didn't see the ocean through the palms, but suddenly you will came and you will see just starfishes, eagles, and some small paddles, лужи, paddle, ponds,
Probably paddle or ponds is better.
small ponds, but you couldn't swim. So it is very important to check your time and this tide sheet.
Well, yeah, this is what I've saw surfers would use and maybe even, like share some news about like where is the good waves now. And when it comes to control of the weather phenomena, again, like, I will use Emirates as an example. So one thing that I noticed is like a very weird shape of the heavens of the skies because what I also learned they would seed certain certain heavens and it would will allow them to manage the weather. So, for example, if they want to have some sort of like a shadow or change it, they could control it. And probably, it also could be used for different things, whether, it's controlled by human or maybe it's also impacted by human. So, is there a way to at least manage or at least to suppress those kind of things?
I have been working in Japan like 35 years ago, and there would be a special announcement on the TV, especially for some islands. Do not go early at the morning by the car, even it is a lorry truck. It's okay to say lorry truck. It's okay?
Lorry track or just
Lorry
lorry?
truck. Or just lorry, okay. And you know why? I was going from one point to another. I was working for Toyota and I was visiting some companies which produce small machine parts. And suddenly my driver, he said, okay, we should stay for a while and we will have special notice and it would be on TV. And I was so astonished. Wow, we will get some signs on TV. And yes, we were sitting in special room and a lot of people were there. It was just with tea, with coffee, with some small crackers you could eat, you could go to the toilet and you should just wait. And suddenly there was like a police alert, something like this. Okay, the road is cleared. And when we start to go by this road, I never saw it before. There is a snow walls like I don't to be a liar, but maybe 4, 5, or 6 meters above us. So it was cleared with special machines, but on both sides we have like huge icebergs. Another point, I have been to Norway. I was working for on a company, oil and gas pumping company, and also it was a day, and I was asked not to go to the work because I should go to some colleague of mine, and he will take me to the bus station, and then we both will go by the company bus to the I don't know how to say it. They call it property. I don't know. Is it okay to say to the property?
I would think, yeah, to the property is fine.
Okay, but for me it was like a plant or something like this. Okay, and I was came to this guy and he told me, okay, we should have grab a beer and we have a lot of time because we wouldn't go. And I say to him, okay, but would be paid and it is like a leave. Do we have a penalty or something? And he told, no, no. There is on walkie-talkie, it was a special code which would be not understandable, but people who are not involved. But you should stay calm until future notice. And there would be several times in other directions. I have been to Australia, and also we were not advised to do not hit the road. It was a sign: do not hit the road because it would be like a fireplace ahead.
Well, yeah, sometimes it's good that there is some sort of like an announcement system. Somehow it reminds me, like things in the Phuket. Basically, they would have like a sign saying, okay, if there is like tsunami, this place is still not safe, so you need to go further. Same in Dubai, they would also, like have an access to your phones. I would say it's just, like probably telco override, so that, whether it's in vibration mode or like a silence mode, you still would get the notification of the flooding so that, like you cannot get flooded. Then my last question will be how knowing about weather phenomena could help to make this world a better place.
I will tell you the story about Everest. I have been there for 3 times, and each time I have been there, the weather was quite good. But I have told a lot of stories. I don't know which part of them are true, but like 80% of the people would die because of weather conditions. For example, some people in a hurry, they have a shortage of the day of leave, or they have shortage of the money, water, oxygen, and they are trying like to be like guerrillas. It's okay to say partizanить.
Yeah,
Illegally
gorillas.
go to climb illegally, and they will die. And sometimes it would be like 5, 10, or even 15 people. By the way, to be honest, Everest is quite safe peak summit on the Earth because there are a lot of quite dangerous and quite deadly peaks. So Everest just highest, and it is well known, but it is not the deadliest. And anyway, you will see how many people are died there because of lack of patience. Sometimes you should turn away and go out. I have been there for 3 times, and first 2 times I couldn't go up, not because of weather, because I have no strength in myself. So if you will be on the height of like 7,000 meters, there is a so-called death zone. So if it would be like weather for 2 or 3 degrees lower than usual, you will be freezing, and no one will help you. If, for example, you go into Indonesia or Java or North Timor, and you will be at the time of cyclone, anti-cyclone, or this tsunami. It's also very, very dangerous. And by the way, it is not quite common, but we have also weather phenomenon which is called volcano eruption. It's okay to say?
Yeah, volcano eruption is a good one.
Volcano eruption. There is a name, you know definitely about this name, but I will recall. Krakatau. Like 150 years ago, this was a hugest volcano eruption on the Earth, and the noise of this goes around the globe for 7 times. And people who were like 60 nautic miles away from this place of eruption on the ship, they were get broken ear membranes because of this heat wave, and the flame and the smoke of this volcano goes up for 80 kilometers, and all the area, like 20% of the Earth's surface, were having no sun for 3 days.
Well, it's kind of a set, but this is why we need to know about weather phenomena and how it could be helpful for you stay in peace.